Right, so we're back, dialing in these settings for our last time now. We are on 2.7K, 16:9, subject tracking. I've got the ISO set between the range of 100 to 800, and the EV compensation, which I didn't play with yesterday, is set to 0.7. So I'm in the shade there, that's backlit, see how that looks. And then, oh yeah, and I've got the variable ND on the lowest setting, just take that sting away. The camera's in full auto as well, so there's no D-Log M, there's nothing. It's just 2.7K, full auto across the board. And like I say, I'm just tweaking just a couple of settings, and then I'm going to basically lock these settings in, because you can make custom setting menus. So I've got like my talking head setting menu, stuff like that. And now we're back with the same settings, but the EV compensation is at 0.3, negative 0.3. So is that any better? Because this is going to be like one of the harder conditions the camera's got to expose for. Sunny, I'm sat in the shade, which I normally am, and the background is like that. But they say you expose for the clouds or the sky, and then I can always lighten myself up. And now I've adjusted the ISO range, so it goes from 100 to 1600, and we'll see how it looks like. But I've adjusted the EV compensation to minus 0.7, so see if that's any better than the 100 to 800 ISO range. And now we're on the same, but just with the EV compensation set to 0.3. Right, and just for shits and giggles, taking the variable off. So that's just now no variable ND. ISO is set to 100 to 800, and the EV compensation is set to 0.7. And now that's the same settings, but set to minus 0.3. No variable ND or no ND. Right, I've just looked back at the footage, and this seemed to be the best one, which is minus 0.3 EV compensation, 2.7K, with the variable ND on the lowest setting and the ISO on its tightest range, which is 100 to 800. So boom, that'll do for now. Obviously different conditions may require slightly different things, but if I walk out in the sun now and blow myself out, she does bits. So yeah, if I go in the sun, boom. I mean, you're always gonna try to shoot with your, facing the sun and put the camera in the best situation possible, which is going to be this, me facing the light, well lit. But yeah, so now I've got this nice little stream down here, so I'm gonna have a little tickle with some different settings and see what basically this camera can do with some kind of naturey scenic shit, because I use that for my B-roll. I might be using my phone for my close-ups, but let's see what you can do. Right, so we're gonna do something like this, but a bit of a push forwards, right? I've kept it in 2.7K because my other clips are in 2.7K. And if that's what I'm going to be filming in, then I'd try to keep it same, but I'll have a play with that later on. We've got Rocksteady Plus, EV compensations at minus 0.7, and the camera's in full auto with the ISO range at 100 to 800, so that's his tightest kind of setting with full auto, and the variable ND is set to the 1, so we'll do a push like this. And see what it looks like. Also, I forgot to set that it's in normal 10-bit as well, so no fancy D-Log M, straight out of the camera, no color grading. Now, that looked a little bit overexposed to me, so I've set it to exposure compensation to -1 now, a whole point, and this looks better on camera, but I don't know what it's going to look like until I get it in the editor. But do the same kind of push. I think that looks, yeah. I just quickly whip it round back into my subject tracking mode, and basically we are here. So the darker EV looked better, right? But I can always just dial that on with They are variable indeed. That's another reason why I like the variable, because when I'm basically in the field on the fly, I can just lighten and darken the image slightly without having to go into a setting. Like, you know, if I wanted to just pop me just a bit, whoop, whoop, bit darker there, I can do it. So the variable ND, ones that like try to sell you variable NDs, that, boom, there we go, baby. They just dial it on, walking along. Yeah, a bit overexposed there, just slide it, wash. And then as I go somewhere that's a little bit darker, oh, I'm overexposed, underexposed, and then lighten myself up. Even though I've gone full shadows. But yeah, might do some more little, there's plenty of beautiful stuff to film, especially if you get real close and you really slow down and stop and just kind of study nature. You can find beauty in a lot of things which normally you just walk past. That's one of the main reasons why I like to come out and about. Calms the mind. I mean, there's a beautiful bluebell woodland up there. There's the stream over here, then you can just see the sun just glistening off the running stream. You can hear it. I mean, if I really wanted to get real, like cinematic, I'd take the mic off, stick it near the running water, and basically, and then pan over the top and take you on a flight. Yeah, it's just. But I don't fuck about, man. With the fucking Sony, I would not dream of putting my Sony anywhere near that. You know what I mean? Like I say, this, I've got an hour, right? Just come out and fuck about and film this. In fact, I need to go back shortly. But yeah, easy. So, the settings I found today, I might do a little bit of B-roll on the way back, stick it in, and enjoy. There you go. Got no idea what that's going to look like, but we'll see when I get it all back in the editor. But yeah, I mean, that's not something I would have dreamed of doing with the Sony. And being a tiny little camera, just on a little bit of a stick, you know, cows. I mean, the baby ones didn't like it, but the babies out there, the big one didn't care. But yeah, so I've got to shoot off now. Got a client in about 5 minutes. And yeah, settings are dialed in. It's easier than my phone. Well, I say it's easier than my phone. It's just as easy as my phone. It's got better image quality than the phone. I can film myself like this in the highest quality possible. And yeah, it's a lot easier than the Sony. Not quite as good image quality wise, but it's fucking near as damn it. So I'm happy with it. So yeah, that's kind of content. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And YouTube thinks it might let this video appear, so why don't you click on that, and I'll see you there.
Whispers of